Good morning and happy Friday. It is the morning show with Amanda and Tara. I'm Amanda Goodman. Tara is not with us. We are solo today. She is starting the journey back from dropping her oldest daughter, dropping her daughter off, Charlotte, at college for her freshman year. I've been checking in with her. I think we're doing okay emotionally. I don't know if it's hit her yet. She had a really, really long journey back to and from Arizona. And so that has been an adventure. I can't wait for her to share this. If this looks weird, I am in my car. But every mom out there will understand why I am in my car. It is a glorious day here in the Midwest. It is the first day back to school for most of the kiddos. So it's pure chaos in my house. There is no safe place for me to go inside. I have tried to go into the office. I have tried to go into my room. I have tried to go everywhere. There is screaming, there is shouting, there is crying because the hair isn't looking right. So I'm hiding in my car, in the garage. And it's quiet and it's peaceful, but it is the first day back to school here. For us, a lot of my friends in Pennsylvania, Florida, their kids went back this week. We are starting back on a Friday and it's going to be a half day. So we're kind of tipping our toes into the back to school year. And we are excited. It's very weird when last night I was doing some reflecting and it's really difficult. And I'm sure mamas can relate. I have kids in every single age bracket. I have, our oldest is going to be a junior in high school. And we're doing, as a matter of fact, last week, and I wasn't on the show last week because we were doing, we had a recruiting visit. We had some college visits. And I thought I was going to throw up by going through all of it. Like, how did we get here? Our son's 8th grade. Another daughter is 4th. She's the spicy one. And then our baby is in 1st grade. And this is what I want. So my 1st grader, I had her when I was 40. So do the math. I am the oldest mom in that class. And I'm fine with that. It's the fact that my spicy child will remind me walking down the hall, don't forget, Mom, look at you. You're the oldest one here. You're the oldest one in her classroom. So every time I walk in to my youngest classroom, I have absolute anxiety that everyone's looking at me or they think that I am her grandmother. So that has been a joy. So I want to know in here in your comments, I can read them later. I really can't do them now because I'm in my car. What are some tips that you're doing for back to school? Because today is the only day that the lunches will be packed the night before. It is the only day the children will be awake before the alarm goes up. It's just a struggle in the morning, the fighting, the arguing with each other, the hair, the outfits. I don't know what I'm doing. The only one who's out the door first is the high schooler, because when you get to drive yourself and you get to pick out your own clothes and, you're cooler than your mom and everybody else in the house, it's a lot easier. So I do have one trick that I'm doing that has been fantastic that I saw from a friend on social media is that, those giant vegetable trays that you take to parties that have the lids. We've been storing those in the fridge every day in the summer because my kids are junk eaters. They're like me. They like to snack. Like if you put chips in front of them, they're going to eat the entire bag within 5 minutes. That's me. So I'm trying to introduce more healthy foods to have a healthy lifestyle for them. So the best thing I've done every year in school year, it's great because when they come home, you know what it's like. They have their third stomach that appears. And so you take one of those big vegetable trays and just stock it up with, we have radishes and cucumbers and mini bell peppers and cherry tomatoes, and it has a lid and you just put it in the fridge. And so when they come home, it's an easy snack. They can use some ranch, and that's what we're trying to do. So that's the only way I have my life together right now, is that the veggie tray for after school is stocked, because it has been a trying week. And Tara and I normally we cover the hot topics and we do the news of the day. I just want to share this so it's relatable if anyone else is going through it, because I'm going through it. I suffer from an autoimmune disease. I have the most severe case of ulcerative colitis. That's how it's been diagnosed. You have the most severe case of ulcerative colitis, and that's basically where your immune system attacks your intestines. And it went undiagnosed for decades. TMI, I would have these nervous stomach feelings, and it would feel like these painful butterflies in my stomach. and it would feel like I would have to go into the restroom all the time and nothing, was going on. And I was told that it was IBS, nothing you can do. I was told it was a stressful stomach. I was told that it was just, I needed to learn how to relax. And it wasn't. It was my immune system attacking my body. So when I was diagnosed, it's been about 2 years now. I completely gutted everything from my lifestyle. I had to. And I will never forget, I read something and it has stuck with me since that moment. It says, everybody says they will die for their children, but will you live for them? And ever since I read that, it has completely changed my way of thinking. So it's, I don't give up anything because I don't eat red meat, and I can't eat dairy. Can't eat fried foods. I mean, I can eat all these things, but then it's going to be really bad. I have a really bad, attack of some form. And when I say attack, it's kind of like can't stand up on a ball on the floor. Very painful. It feels like someone is taking your insides and twisting them really, really hard. This is a lot of information, TMI early in the morning, but I've gotten so many messages. I just figured it'd be easier for me to come on and talk about it. So I also decided, because I will never forget, my doctor asked me, do you drink alcohol? And at the time I was keto, and I said, oh yeah, I do low carb alcohol. I'm like Crystal Light and vodka. I'm good. And he looked at me and he said, okay, good. You're burning your intestines. I'm like, what? And I said, so am I supposed to stop like drinking alcohol? He said, no. He said, but if you want to feel better, yes. So it's, when people say, oh, I went sober and I did this, it's not even going like sober. I'm living alcohol free as much as I can. I'm living dairy free as much as I can. I'm living red meat free as much as I can, because it was really, really it has to come. I had to rebuild myself from the inside. And it became too common for me to come home after a stressful day and pour a large glass of wine. And, I used to joke about it. Like, the wine bottles, like the regular wine bottles are this big. It's 2 glasses of wine. And the fact that I know that is ridiculous. So it would be like, I just had 2 glasses of wine. No, you finished a whole bottle. And this was very difficult for me because I remember before I thought about it, I'm like, maybe I should stop drinking alcohol. Maybe this isn't good for my insides, but I thought, how am I going to have fun? Because I was always, party girl, college, after college, you pregame and then you go out and it's fun. And it was a way to, you can't go home yet. Let's have another shot. And it was just, and I remember, when I met Tara, and I remember she has never had a taste of alcohol in her life. And I remember I apologized later in life for this. I said to her, I'm like, do you even have fun? Like, is it even fun for you to go out? And now I wish I can go back in time, because what a silly thing to ask somebody. When someone quits smoking or someone does anything else like that, we don't say, why are you quitting? Are you not? So I can tell you, if anyone's on the fence about just living an alcohol-free life, I can tell you it is 1000% the best decision that I made for myself, because I'm healing my insides. I'm getting better. I will always have ulcerative colitis. I will always live with this autoimmune disease. It's my life now. I sleep better. I have much more clarity. My skin is clear from not doing it. There's so many things to explain, and I don't miss it. I'll sit and talk to my husband and have a beer, and it's not, I don't feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I can still have a conversation with him. It's not like, jonesing for this, but I just want to, I'm going to write about it at some point, because I want people to relate. Because I think you just hit a point in your life, you're like, yeah, I want to feel good about myself. I don't want to feel weighed down physically and mentally and emotionally. And I think that's what it was. And I think COVID, and when we were all home, kind of gave me the green light, oh, it's okay. You want to finish a bottle of wine at 3:00? Go ahead. And I think that was, the problem. So I wanted to share that since I had time solo today. It's much more exciting when Tara is here. I have never liked solo anchoring ever. I always thought it was extremely boring for myself and the viewer. So I'm sorry. So I wanted to share that UC journey with you. If anyone is going through it, Advocate for yourself, make sure. And it's really a shame. You really have to fight to be diagnosed, because my diagnosis took 20 years. 20 years I was in and out of the hospitals and no one could tell me anything. 20 years until I finally had a few doctors who saw me stumbling into the hospital and they took the time to actually listen to me. And then giving up, you're not giving up anything. You're gaining so much more. So when I gave up, red meat, as much as I love a good steak, ahi tuna steak tastes even better, and so there's always something. When I thought I was going to die when I had to give up cheese. Like, are you kidding me? But I feel amazing and you feel great. And then when I decided to go alcohol free, and now I have had, a few beverages. If it's, I have had espresso martinis because they are amazing, but it's once in a blue moon. And the mental clarity that it will give you, the change in your skin and the way you feel on the inside and out, I can't even describe it. And it was funny because I will never forget, as I got older, soon as I would finish any kind of alcoholic beverage, I would get an insane headache. And my gastro doctor asked me, he said, what is it like when you drink? Do you have a hangover the next day? I'm like, oh, I get an instant headache now. I just, power through it. And I remember thinking how stupid that sounds, right? And he looks at me and he said, your body's rejecting it. Your body's telling you no. And that has stuck with me as well. Because he said, everything that we have done, everything we do, our body is talking to us. It's whether we choose to listen or not. So I hope that's helpful to anybody. If it was rambling, I'm really sorry. But again, single anchor is not as fun as a duo. Tara and I are definitely better together. So we're excited. Also, we are excited because the fall kickoff to Faith in 4-Letter Words next week in Harper's Ferry. We are really, really excited. That is nearing a sellout. A whole season full of shows. Our September is packed, and we love it because it literally brings us joy. And I know that sounds so cheesy, but it does, because we're finally getting to share our story. And it's liberating, it's therapeutic, it's cathartic. I think it's helping people to realize that they're not alone, because we're all going through it. And I think people had this assumption because we had the blonde bobs on television and the makeup and the hair, and we were on TV and, under these lights, and people thought we had everything. Everything was just this perfect world, and there's no such thing. So we are all going through it together. And it's our job just to let each other know that we're not alone. So as we always say to everybody in the show, if you are going through the fire, don't worry, that we are your bucket of water. We have that coming back for you. So we're going to be here for you. So if you're sending those kiddos back to school today, best of luck. If you are skipping down the hall like me, or you're slightly a little heartbroken because you're sending that kindergartner off, I feel for you. Take some time for yourself today. Go binge watch something good. Real Housewives. Orange County is a good season this year. Just do something for yourself today, and make sure you look yourself in the mirror and know that you're doing a good job in your personal life. You're a great mom. You're a great woman. You're a great friend. You're a good sister. So just keep doing that, and you make it a good Friday. Tara and I will be back here together next Friday. I think we'll be back next Friday. I hope so, because I'm in my car. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for understanding. And thank you for joining me in my garage on the first day of school. See you later.